Hello humans, Master Dinnerflex here, bringing you the low quality content you deserve, and today I'm going to be showing off the new engine for Symphonics. It's not new per se, but it has created a lot of new lines for specifically Pendulum and a few other decks, and not to mention, all the support from Defo made it a pretty insane deck, but the problem I really wanted to make a Symphonic Warrior deck, but after playtesting it, that deck has like a 50% chance of just opening completely unplayable. It's like a coin flip if you actually get to play the game, and I was like, no, I'm not okay with this. I'm gonna do something else. But regardless of that, I then started testing it as an engine, and it has a pretty cool applications in like some rank 3 decks, and specifically Pendulum. And I'm going to show you why. I'm actually going to show multiple different combos, just showing you the effectiveness of the guitar engine. So what you need for this combo is a way to dump Darkworm, guitar, and then a Pendulum monster that you can normal summon. So we'll start off with our way to Darkworm to just summon the Darkworm out of grave to add gate 0. And then we'll go ahead and toss a random card for guitars, and we will get to summon a new one known as Guitarist. And Guitarist, we're not worried about its effects in this combo, but it is a level 3 Pendulum tuner that is also a scale 0, and that is that's kind of insane. Like, it has a lot of really cool things going for it besides it just being the Garnet for guitar. So regardless of that, that's not what we're here to talk about. We'll go ahead and activate the other gate 0, or the first one I guess, and we will synchro into Meteor Burst Dragon. And when this card is synchro summoned, we can just summon the gate 0 out of our scale. Then we can overlay them for Absolute Zero Dragon, and then we can normal summon the other Pendulum. It doesn't even matter what it does. It can do cool stuff, but for this example it will not. And then we will link these two into Beyond the Pendulum. Chain Link 1, we will activate Beyond the Pendulum, and then Chain Link 2, we will activate Absolute Dragon. So we get to chain block the Beyond the Pendulum, and then we get to add Monkey Board. And we'll go ahead and activate it. Now, under normal circumstance, Monkey Board, when it sees a scale that is not a Performapal, it changes itself to 4. However, that effect is negated thanks to Beyond the Pendulum, so let's go ahead and Pendulum summon, and we'll just go ahead and summon these two. And now, Monkey Board goes back to being a scale 4, but now we can activate its effect to search a Performapal monster, and we will do Odd Eye Synchron. Now, we will link the Beyond the Pendulum and the Guitarist, or the Darkworm, it doesn't matter right here. And because one of them is a spellcaster, we can make Selene, and we have 2 scales, which is 2 spells, and then the way to send Darkworm, so that's 3 spells, which we can then go ahead and remove all of them to special summon the Synchron, and then we can link the Selene and the other Pendulum summon monster to go into Apollosa, and then we can go ahead and activate Odd Eye Synchron. We can synchro summon by summoning a Performapal out of the scale and itself, and then immediately synchro summoning, which we will do. And we will make Borreload Savage Dragon and equip the Selene for 3 counters. So with this, I can't say basic, but pretty easy to follow combo, we have Savage, Vortex, and Bow the Goddess. Now what I like about this combo a lot is that it establishes not only a Beyond the Pendulum that is chain blocked, but it also establishes a Vortex Dragon very, very, very early. So even if they like Nibiru you at the point of Beyond the Pendulum and Vortex Dragon, that doesn't matter because you haven't Pendulum summoned, and you have a tuner in your extra deck, so even if they Nibiru you, you can just use the Guitarist and the token into Fibrax and do some Fibrax lines. So like, it's very, very... It's like very, very resistant to Nibiru and pretty resistant to some of the hand traps people play. That's why I like this combo quite a bit. But that's not one combo I want to go over. We have a few more to go. Now for this next combo, It's also going to be a combo that's based on hand trap resistance. But what we're going to do instead is what we need is guitar, again, a random card, and then Skullcrobat Joker, or the card we're going to search with it. So we'll go ahead and activate guitar, toss a card, and summon the other guitar out of our deck. And then we will normal summon Skullcrobat Joker, and with it, we are going to search Celestial Magician. Now we are going to activate the Celestial Magician in the other scale, and we are going to put these in the extra deck to Synchro Summon the Meteor Burst Dragon, and when this card is special summoned, we will special summon the scale out of our extra deck. Now, during the turn this card is normal or special summoned, we can activate its effect, and then it applies effects depending on extra deck mechanics you currently control. But since we only control a Synchro, and a Pendulum technically, but it won't count itself. But anyways, what does it do when you control a Synchro? Your opponent cannot activate monster effects. So this turn we are completely immune to monster effects. So let's go Hog Wild. That goes to Grave. And we can go beyond the Pendulum and search Monkey Board and do something very reminiscent of what we've already done. But there's also other options you can do. You could search a level 7 scale because you have the means with which to go into Vortex Dragon, but you would just go Monkey Board, Pendulum Summon, get your scales, you get all this free stuff, and you're not in trouble from Nibiru, you're not in trouble from any other hand traps they're going to have this turn, so you're totally fine. So, pretty nice stuff. Now let's go into one more. Now for this last one, it's probably the easiest, but this one is actually based on going second. Now something someone told me before Phoenix Flare X, the best Pendulum decks are the decks that play before they Pendulum Summon. If your Pendulum deck has to Pendulum Summon before they do anything relevant, there's a problem. But if that's not the case, you can do some... It's probably pretty solid. And this one is going to be an example of this. We're going to start with guitars, toss a random card, and we're going to summon the other guitar out of the deck. Now, here's where its effect actually matters. If this card is normal or special summoned, you can target one card in your Pendulum zone, return it to the hand. You might be thinking, why did you bother with that? Because the other card we need is just a level 4 Pendulum. And guess what you can do with level 7 Synchro material? You don't just summon Meteor Burst. Let's Black Rose the entire field. How about that? That sounds way better. And then we just have a tuner and a non-tuner whatever in the extra deck for a Pendulum summon. So we get to Black Rose the board, Pendulum, and do all this cool stuff. But yeah, that's basically it. Thank you all for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed this video, and I hope this gives you some inspiration on some Pendulum combos, because I've been testing around with like some Pendulum variations for a bit. There's also a Scythe combo. I think I might as well just throw it in the video, but the thing is, I don't like Scythe combos because anyone and their mother can do a Scythe combo video. Unless your name is Henry Artifact Scythe, the founder of Artifact Scythe, no one cares. Like, anyone can do it. There's nothing interesting about seeing the exact same Scythe combo over and over and over again. But yeah, I guess let's show off a Scythe combo. Now, like I said, I will be doing Scythe combo, but what I actually decided to do is just a test hand with guitar to get to Scythe. So that's what we have right here. It's actually a pretty insane opening hand outside of the Lizard draw, but that's whatever. We'll just toss it. But let's go ahead and start this test hand. We will activate Pendulum Call, toss the Dark Worm for free value, and we'll get Harmonizing, and I believe the other search target just won't matter. So let's get Celestial Magician. Now we will special summon the Dark Worm to get the donut. Here we are. And then we will go ahead, toss this to summon the guitars out of deck. And since we have a normal summon, we actually get to normal summon Joker, which is insane. And now we will Synchro Summon into Meteor Burst Dragon, which will summon the donut. And then we can overlay the donut and the Meteor Burst into Absolute. We can normal summon Joker, and with this, I guess we just get whatever we want. Yeah, it so doesn't matter. Yeah, let's just get Pendulum Sorcerer. And we will link these two into Beyond the Pendulum. Chainlink 1, Beyond the Pendulum, pay 2,000 or 1,200, and Chainlink 2, Absolute to summon Vortex, and then we will get our monkey board and set it in scale, and now we will Pendulum summon. Let's see what we want to Pendulum summon. I think we'll Pendulum summon this, this, and this, and then Harmonizing will get a Magician out of the deck. Let's just go for Black Fang. Now, let's go ahead and perform Pendulum Sorcerer will pop the guitar to add another Skulker Bat Joker, and then the monkey board we will go ahead and add the Synchron. Yeah, so we're pretty good right now. Now, what we can do is we can send this to extra deck and this face up to summon Selene. We'll go ahead and activate the Magician Scale. We'll do that before we summon Selene, because that's our third spell. So we'll summon that beforehand, and then with 3 counters, 1, 2, 3, we'll remove all of them to summon this. And then with this, we will send this to extra deck, and this to graveyard to summon Fibrax. Now, I don't play another tuner target, so I actually can't summon anything off this. But you probably should if you're actually interested in Scythe combo, but I'm not. Next, we will banish this, and then that to face up extra deck, this will get banished. And then we can make Dagda. And then we're going to activate the Synchron's effect, which will chain the Dagda, which will set Scythe. And then we can go ahead and summon out the monkey board, which allows us to immediately synchro summon with the Synchron and the monkey board into Savage Dragon, which we will go ahead and equip the Selene. And there we go. And then finally, that's all we have. We have established Scythe Lock, but not only have we done that, we've done it by establishing 2 Omni Negates before we try to activate Scythe. So they can open Called by the Grave and E.D. Crow, and Scythe is resolving, so that's pretty cool. On our opponent's turn, we'll just go ahead, Hulk, into TG Wonder Magician, pop the Scythe, and then we'll quick Synchro into Baron. So we Scythe our opponent and end on 3 Omni Negates. And what's really cool is because Vortex is up, after we put the monkey board back with Vortex, we can go ahead and Skulker Bat Joker it back in the following turn. So we actually have some pretty solid follow-up on this. But yeah, that's about it. Thank you all for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. Not much else I can say. Pendulums are pretty cool. I know I made a video pretty much making fun of how not important 1-card scales are, and I do believe that. Just because, like, when we look at the quality of combo decks now, it's not really about just plopping your hand down and calling it a day. There's too many hand traps and too many anti-opponent cards for that strategy to really be at the same power level it was back in the day. So, like, being scared of 1-card scales for the sake of doing so isn't worth its weight. But, like, Pendulums altogether have been getting some pretty solid support back, and getting some pretty solid support now, as we can see with the Symphonic stuff. This stuff is pretty cool. Not only is it just, like, a way to get a Pendulum out before your normal summon, and definitely before your Pendulum summon, but the fact that even its Garnet is kind of insane is what's really nice. It's a scale 0 Pendulum tuner. That is, it's like, it doesn't have a good effect on its own, but the quality of everything else besides the effect is beyond insane, and that's just so funny. But yeah, that's about it. Thank you all for watching, and remember, Master Dinner Flax will take your soul.